Hello and welcome to James Lister magazine. I am your host, James the Red Engine. We open this episode today to say that the Discover Thomas exhibition is being relocated, with the return of one of the brass models of Thomas, which was originally there but got replaced by a replica as it needed restoration work. There will be a new engine character on the layout, possibly either Salty or Percy.
I hope they add Jack the front loader. I'm not sure, Squidward.
Anyway, we've got news for the channel.
Yes, people, this channel has really big projects planned for this year. For the first thing is the gameplay series. We've done Super Smash Bros. And the first part of GoldenEye 007. With the other parts of GoldenEye 007 to come. After we complete the third game, we'll do Super Mario 64. Then Sonic Adventure. Then for the fifth game, we will have Space Channel 5, which we don't have a copy of yet. We'll have to spend £25 to get a copy. Is it the Dreamcast version or the PS2 version of Space Channel 5? It's the Dreamcast version, Neville. Oh. Well, Squidward, if James Lister is going to play Space Channel 5 Part 2, he'll have to use his PS2 as the Dreamcast version was only ever released in Japan. Thanks for the information, Neville. I wonder if Sonic Adventure 2, the game that I first appeared in, will be part of the gameplay series. Well, Shadow, James Lister has considered that, but it does cost £62. Fine. Everyone ought to see Live and Learn at the end of the episode happens. You bet they will.
And now time for our story time part, where we have some audio story taken from one of the Railway series books. Is in one of the audio books of the Railway series. Didn't we just get the book? Didn't we just get the audio from Internet Archive or something? And didn't we also just get the pictures off the TTT wiki? Yeah, but hopefully. Yeah, but we didn't want to use new controllers, did you? So we'd just be stealing. We just decided to make our own.
Trucks. Sir Handel and Peter Sam had hard work while Skarloey was away. The owner gave them buffers and even bought a diesel named Rusty. But Sir Handel grumbled continually. One day, Gordon saw him shunting and laughed. "Ha ha! My controller makes me shunt," Sir Handel said sheepishly. "And take trucks to quarries too. I'm highly sprung, and I suffer dreadfully." "Our controllers don't understand our feelings," sympathized Gordon. "Now, if you were ill," he winked, "you couldn't go, could you?" "Good idea," said Sir Handel. "I'll try it." "I don't feel well," he groaned next morning. There wasn't time to examine him then, so some of the trucks were coupled behind Peter Sam's coaches, and Rusty promised to follow with the rest. "He, sniggered Sir Handel, but no one noticed. They were all too busy. Peter Sam didn't mind the extra work. He left his coaches at the top station and trundled cheerfully through the woods. The trucks chattered behind him in an agitated way, but he paid no attention. It might have been better if he had. Slates come from quarries high up in the hills. They travel down in trucks on a steep railway called an incline. Empty trucks at the bottom are hitched to a rope. Loaded ones at the top are hitched to one another. By their weight, loaded trucks run down the incline, pulling up empty ones. There are strong brakes in the winding house at the top to prevent loaded trucks from running down too fast. The ropes are very strong too, but in spite of this, trucks sometimes play dangerous tricks. Peter Sam never bumped trucks unless they misbehaved. Sir Handel bumped them even if they were good, so they didn't like him and played tricks whenever they could. Peter Sam pushed the empty trucks to a siding where his fireman hitched them to a rope. Then on another siding he pulled back some loaded trucks. With these in front of him he stood waiting. More loaded trucks stood at the top of the incline, ready to come down. They couldn't see Peter Sam. They thought he was Sir Handel and wanted to pay him out. They began to move. Faster, faster, they grumbled. They reached halfway, gathering speed. Scrag him, they yelled. No, no, wailed the empty trucks. It's Peter Sam, it's Peter Sam. But it was no use. The loaded trucks were straining at the rope. They broke it with a crack. Hurrah! Hurrah! They roared, hurtling down the hill. Peter Sam heard them. He shut his eyes. His driver and fireman crouched in his cab. The crash jerked him violently backwards. Ouch! He shivered. I didn't expect a cold bath. The water poured from a channel smashed by flying slates. He was soaked from funnel to cab. Click, click, he spluttered, and was glad when he heard Rusty's answering toot. Bust my buffers! Exclaimed Rusty. What a mess! Never mind, Peter Sam. We'll get you out. He soon pulled him away from the water and the trucks. Peter Sam felt battered. His funnel was cracked and his boiler dented. But he was glad his driver and fireman were unhurt. He thanked Rusty and limped slowly home. Rusty stayed to help clear the wreckage. I'm sorry about your accident, Peter Sam, said Sir Handel. I always stand well back. Trucks don't like me, you see. Why didn't you warn me? I didn't think. You never do, said a stern voice. You can start now, while you're doing Peter Sam's work as well as your own. That'll teach you to pretend you are ill. Sir Handel did start thinking. He thought about thin controllers, and he thought about Gordon. He wanted to give Gordon a piece of his mind.
And now it's time for Retro Game of the Week, where we have our hosts, Neville and Lightning Blow. Thank you, James. Today's Retro Game of the Week is Mario Tennis for the Nintendo 64. The first game to include characters. It's the first game in the Mario Tennis spin-off series. Doesn't James have Mario Tennis Aces? Yeah, and he got it for Christmas 2022. And he also got me for Christmas 2022. Well, Neville, this apparently introduced Birdo and Waluigi into the series. Yeah, and it's also brought Daisy back into the series as well. They were supposed to include a bad version of Peach called Waluigi, but they didn't really like the idea, so they brought Daisy back. I'm actually kind of glad they decided to bring Daisy back, because she probably wouldn't be as popular if she didn't appear in the spin-off series. Wasn't it a little bit a long time for her to come out of She wasn't that gorgeous looking in the GameCube era, considering that, well, the hardware limitations.
Wasn't the GameCube one of the most powerful consoles of the generation? Yeah, but it wasn't as powerful as the Xbox. Oh. Well, she became much more gorgeous looking in the Wii era, didn't she? That's right. Yeah, but that doesn't stop her from being one of James's waifus.
And now we cut to Shadow the Hedgehog, who is our bearer of bad news. In other words, he is going to tell us some bad news. Thank you, James. As we all know, Odd Dragon and the 4 others are leaving YouTube. Now, they may show up in Trainlover 16 streams every now and again, but they're retiring from YouTube videos entirely. And for now, Justin, and of course, Odd's real name is Peter. They've set a deadline up, and when that deadline comes, they'll end YouTube. They'll retire from YouTube. Back to you, James. Yes, it's sad to see an old friend go, but now we cut to Squidward once again to bring you another update. And this time, it's on the VHS reviews.
Yes, people, I come with another update for this channel, and it's on the VHS reviews. Well, the first VHS review is Engines to the Rescue from Thomas the Tank Engine, with the stories Gordon and Spencer, Harold and the Flying Horse. The grand opening is Only Snow, the Refreshment Ladies t-shirt, Trusty Rusty, Salty Stormy Tail, and Something Fishy. Followed by a bonus episode of The Rubber Dubbers, which is Train Driver Tub. Specifically, James Lister thought it would be a good VHS to review because we didn't just have Thomas episodes to go over, we also had Rubber Dubbers as well. But it could get taken down due to copyright, though. That could be true, Lightning Blow. And also, I wonder if we'll do more. You bet we will. Besides, we've got more to... Besides, we've got DVD reviews to do, as well as Peep Peep Party, our first DVD review. Well, that sounds good, doesn't it?
Now, before we end this episode, I would like to say that the next episode will be at Drayton Manor's Hotel. Oh, isn't that exciting? I wonder if we'll be able to do Retro Game of the Week. Well, Neville, that's a problem. You won't be able to bring up the retro games at the hotel. That's a shame, isn't it? Tell you what, Neville, we'll film our own segment at this house and include it at the episode where we're at the Drayton Manor Hotel. Good idea, Blue. Let's go. Anyway, thanks for watching, and that was a great episode, and I'll see you all next time.